go to sleep, I go far away. If you forgot your dreams, just remember to love. It's important to remember your dreams.
I got a dream. It was all a dream.
And I woke up.
Y'all know me. My name is Andrew, AquaStoneThrone. You could call me the Throne. You could call me Andrew. You could call me P. You could call me beautifully sexy, gorgeous, original man. Whatever you want to do. But this video is going to be about lobsters and why you shouldn't be eating them. And so basically, a little information in regards to lobsters, right? So when you look at the ocean, right? The ocean is, it's vast and it has a lot going on in it and a million different life forms in it. A lot that we don't even know about, right? There's probably things. I'm on the 7th floor right now. I guarantee you there are things bigger than the building that I'm in right now in the ocean that is the government is either not telling you about. It might be Godzilla, it might be some other shit, who knows. Enough about that though. But the real reason why you shouldn't be having any lobster, right, is because you got to understand something, right? There's so many beautiful fish. There's fish with wings. There are fish that are see-through. There are fish that light up. There are eels. It's literally like the ocean. It's not as beautiful as being on the surface where we are, but because you got to think, right? We are in a firmament, right? And so we are actually in an ocean as well. It's called the atmosphere. This is why everything needs a particular composition to breathe in the atmosphere. This is like a bubble, right? And so what is the atmosphere is actually water, just a different thinner type of water, right? And so when you really understand the Bible says that there are flat plains with levels upon levels of realities, and they're all within one another, right? And so if you really understand this is a blue planet, right? Most of the planet is ocean, right? Now, like I just said, that there's so many beautiful fish in the ocean, right? But what you really got to think and use your common sense to what lobsters, shrimp, and all of these things are, right? So first of all, right, a lobster, a shrimp, a crab, all of these guys are bottom feeders. They're literally like, there's so much of the beautiful ocean, but for whatever reason, they can't swim, right? They can't swim. So you got to think about that, right? And they're literally at the bottom. So bottom feeders are, and also when you study a lot of life in the ocean, you'll notice the most savage animals, the most wackest, pathetic, lowest vibrational animals are at the bottom. And also, if you look at us, right, we walk upon the surface, but the beautiful ones have wings and they can fly, right? So even if you look at symbolism of like of an angel or a demon, right? They have a lot more powerful. They're a lot more powerful than an average human because they have wings, right? So you got to understand, right? Things that walk upon the surface are never as beautiful as things that can fly, right? There's the bird's eye view. If you look at every single nation, America has a bald eagle, right? The bald eagle sees everything. The bald eagle is not the pigeon. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to understand that, right? So it's a bottom feeder, and not only is it a bottom feeder, it has a hard exoskeleton that it's like and when you really look at other life forms in the oceans, there's literally things that you can see through. It's not hard. It doesn't have a skeleton. It's not hiding nothing. You can see through certain things. You know what I mean? Look at an octopus and how an octopus is so intelligent. It is able to have control over every single cell in its body to change color and shape. That's divine intelligence. That's not a lobster, right? And so also, this is an amazing fact, right? A lot of people aren't aware of this, right? But 100 years ago, in the early 1800s. We don't have much stuff going back from like the early 1800s. It's going to be impossible. All that stuff was like burned, destroyed. That type of stuff you're not going to really find unless you're really doing an extreme amount of work and due diligence into trying to find some old scripture or old documentation. So we could go back to the early 1900s, and in the early 1900s, the entire world was much more educated back then, whether or not you're aware of it. And lobsters and shrimp and oysters were only given to the most miserable, pathetic people in the population that were in jail. And this is a 100% fact, right? So now you also have to understand that if the body is an electric vessel that works over frequency, which we all know for a 100% fact it is, why would you want to put a low vibrational creature that just eats itself there? Because lobster is no different from a pig. You'll notice if you go to like a supermarket, they have the rubber bands on the claws because the lobsters are just like pigs. They're very low vibrational, shitty animals which will eat other lobsters. So just imagine a person eating another person, or a pig eating another pig. It's just absolutely disgusting, and it's a very low level of intelligence. And also the design of a lobster, a lot of people aren't aware of the actual design of how the inner workings of a lobster are. It's absolutely disgusting. It has a brain in its throat. It has teeth in its stomach. Everything about a lobster is disgusting. And it's no different from a crab, which is just a crab, right? You got to think, right? Like, yo, why you being a crab? Like, why did you wake up crabby in the morning? A miserable bastard, right, is a crab. Why would you eat this shit, you know? And also, what do they look like? They look exactly like bugs, because that's exactly what they are. They're bugs of the ocean. And let's get into this, right? So it's very important to see, right? So look at this. Check that out, right? Look at these bugs that look literally exactly like roaches, right? And it's just terrible, right? That people are paying like $500 for these things, right? So let's look at this. The brain is in the throat. The nervous system is in the abdomen. The stomach and the kidneys are in the head. Come on, son. This is what people are out here eating. This is what, in the end, you got to understand something, right? It's even worse for people of color to be eating this type of food, because people of color have much more melanin in them, and they get vital information from the sun, right? So this is why people of color, even more so, I mean, all people should be eating fruits and vegetables, but even more so, Spanish and black people all around the world should be eating fruit and vegetables to get the light information from the sun. It's literally cosmic information that you're biting into when you eat an apple. That's why they say you eat an apple every single day, right? When you open up an apple, right, there's 5 little stars, right? If you look at me, I'm a star, right? I got legs, arms, and a head. I'm a star. So you want to eat things that mimic you and your divine essence. And so a lobster, shrimp, crawfish, none of this shit is of divine essence. And so we're going to get into Leviticus 11.9, right? Or you could go 9:11 in reverse, right? Because you know the devils do everything in reverse, right? So, but check this out, right? They are abominations unto you, and they shall be seen in an abomination to you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but of their carcasses is an abomination. So this gets out of control. This is actually saying that not only is like things with hoof feet, like pigs don't sweat. They can't get rid of their toxins. Pigs will eat another pig. Pigs will eat another pig's poop. A pig will eat a pig baby. Pigs are absolutely disgusting and they're gluttonous. And the Bible actually says that evil spirits go into these type of bodies. So you wouldn't want to eat a pig, right? But what's even worse than a pig is lobsters and bottom crawlers, like things like tilapia, for example, which is not even a real fish, and that's also a bottom feeder. All it does is eat all the dirt off of the bottom of the ocean because it's fake. It's disgusting. But what this does, right, is so I have this one little paragraph right here, but I know a good amount of the Bible, and it goes after this. It goes into saying that you're not going to be an abomination for the rest of your life, you know, because your cells regenerate, and it's how you do things from day to day, right? Winners have a path and a vision, and they stay on it, and they create and they create and they create and they create until something beautiful comes to fruition, right? So if you're eating very, very low things every day, of course you're going to get parasites, you're going to get bugs in you, you're going to have low thought process, you're just going to get fat, lazy, gluttonous. You're not taking care of your vessel when you're eating things that are an abomination for you. And moreover, when you have abominable foods from low frequency things that are in this world, that can also have low frequency spirits attached to your consciousness. All right, so it's very important to notice this type of information, because you are what you eat, right? That's what they say, right? They say you are what you eat. You know, this is why every single day, even when it's cold outside, I go into the backyard and I ground and I stare at the sun, because I'm eating the sun. You know what I mean? I'm making sure that I'm doing my best to stay connected to nature, and especially in America when you could barely even find real food, you know? And so this is one other thing before I let you guys go. Pay attention to the codes on all fruits, because the real truth is that 3s and 4s, they'll have a code. Like, let's just say you're trying to get an apple. If you eat something that has a code that starts with a 3 or a 4, it is GMO, it is fake, it's bot food, it's not doing anything for you, it's depleting life from you, keeping you in a low frequency. And so you want to get things that have the UPC code that start with the number 9. 9 is a perfect circle, right? There's a 9 is wholeness, balance, creation. 9 is in tune with the sun and nature. So if I go pick up some fruit, if I go pick up a bag of apples at Whole Foods right now, I'm gonna get one that has a 9 UPC code. So if you don't see codes, and if you see a $1 apple and a $3 apple, go with the $3 apple, all right? And just try your best to do as much information on the things that you put into your vessel. This is AquaStoneThrone. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace. Yeah.
When I go to sleep, I go far away. If you forgot your dreams, just remember to love. It's important to remember your dreams.
It was all a dream.